welcome, Awesome Aries. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com, and I'm here to do your February Astro Tarot Horoscope, whatever you want to call it. It's a bit of a combo, so I'll do some astrology for you, your horoscope. I'll do a little bit of channeling and also some tarot readings. So it looks like it's going to be marginally quieter this month than what it has been for the last couple of months, which have been really full on. But we still have Mercury going retrograde. So that's from the 2nd of February right through to the 9th of March. So, you know, typically things like miscommunications, sometimes things like your car might break down or something like that. It can be problems with technology, and so make sure you back up all your devices because the way I usually find that technology really plays up. So it's going to affect everybody, and so you're not in this alone, so don't think that. But depending where Mercury is in your chart, because obviously when I do these horoscopes, I'm doing them for a really big audience, not individuals. If you want to know individually, then you really need to purchase a chart. But it's a good idea also to look at your moon sign and your rising sign if you know it, okay? So let's start the month off. We've got the 8th brings Venus along, and it's moving into your sign. This is a beautiful energy, actually. Venus really likes peace and harmony, and it gives you like a very sort of magnetic glow that people are attracted to because they can feel like the warmth and the peace and the goodwill. So Venus is a planet of love, and she loves to be in love, and with Venus here you could even possibly meet somebody. It's like starting a new cycle of Venusian energy, so all about appreciation of beauty and art. There's also things about justice and fairness. Venus loves to be fair. She doesn't like unfair things. She doesn't like conflict or confrontation. She will avoid that. So it just brings a more peaceful and beautiful vibe into your life. You may decide that you want to do something with your home and make it more aesthetically pleasing, or even your own body. Okay, you might detox, or you might be looking at new clothes or makeup or something. You want to make things more beautiful within and without. That's a really good point about Venus, is it's not just about outward show, what you look like. It's a deep peace within, and then we want to express that to the world. So that's really lovely. The 9th sees a full moon in your 5th house. Okay, so full moon always brings up things out of your subconscious to deal with, and we've just had 6 eclipses last month, and that has an ongoing effect throughout the years. So, 6 eclipses last month. Oh my God, we'd be off our head. We start this year in 2020 with eclipses, and we have 6 eclipses this year. Wow, really getting muddled up with these eclipses. 6 eclipses this year. So no eclipses this month, thank God. But the full moon still brings stuff up to deal with. And because it's in your 5th house, these are things about your childhood perhaps, or romance, your creativity, fun in the sun, as I say, leisure and pleasure. It's that childlike joy, and if you don't have that in your life, then there's something deep down that's going on that's blocking that natural expression, because joy and abundance are natural to us. So if we don't have it, there's something that's stopping that coming out of our subconscious. It could be in your what they call shadow nature, so that's the deep dark side of the subconscious that we rarely get to see. Other people see it, but it's harder for us to realize what's going on. So but you could meet somebody even with that. So you've got that beautiful Venusian energy going on in your 1st house, and then you've got this. So if you're looking for someone, there could be someone. Okay, so the 18th. Okay, so I can't even read my writing. Isn't that fabulous? Okay, Mercury goes into your 12th house and then back into your 11th house. Okay, so the past could come back again. This could be Mercury often does that, actually. When it does go retrograde, it'll bring things back from the past. So this could be old school friends or people that you used to know, an old job, or even an old lover. Okay, so you might just be nostalgic and thinking about the past. The 19th sees the sun in your 12th house. All right, the 12th house is all about your subconscious again. So there is a lot to deal with this month. It's also what we call the house of the goddess, the place of spirituality. So you might be sort of reflecting on the nature of your own spirit or your own soul. And with the sun there, that brings like insight and awareness. You're going to have some aha moments and say, that's what that means. Maybe you've been wondering about something for a long time, and then the pieces sort of fall into place, you know, a big jigsaw puzzle of life, thousands of pieces, and trying to figure out where they all go. It's a bit hard to describe the 12th house. It's sort of unknowable in one sense and hard to describe. It's more an experiential kind of feeling rather than sort of something you can put labels or tags on. But it's a source. It's a very, very powerful source in our life. It really rules our lives, and as we evolve, we become more conscious, and we can get this sort of connection going with it, so that we can use those energies to evolve and how we wish. Okay, 23rd, new moon in your 12th house again, new beginnings. Okay, in spirituality. And there'll be insight and awareness with that. A new moon is the dark moon, and that's when it's just starting to grow, and so it's like a new start for you. Maybe you'll become more interested in the metaphysical areas of life, astrology, psychic readings, you know, tarot, whatever we're doing. But you could really find that your interest becomes more than an interest. A hobby becomes more than a hobby. So you really might start, if you haven't been, you might start to live your life that way. Mars is in your 9th house all month, giving you a lot of motivation and inspiring you. 9th house is, again, does have a spiritual aspect to it, and it can also indicate overseas travel or connections from overseas. So you might find you're having more to do with people from other international locations. And Uranus in your 2nd house all month. Okay, so 2nd house all month. It's there for a long time actually, but 2nd house is your finances. So there could be some shake-ups in your finances in some way. Alrighty, so let's now go to the board, and you will see, if I can get it. This is amazing. I just tested all of this. Bingo, we got it. Terrific. Okay, terrific. Okay, so I'm just going to pull a few cards now and see what we come out with. I'll pull a card for every week, basically, of February for you, Awesome Aries, and we'll see what we come up with for you. I've got the full moon right in front of me now, which is, as I was saying, transformation and things coming up to deal with. Then they're showing me a cup. I can see a cup ready to contain your emotions. So it could be, a few emotions coming up. Try not to be impulsive. You could be feeling actually far more alive than you have for a while, and actually, have quite a fair bit of energy going on at the moment. So you've got to sort of channel it in the appropriate place. And this one just literally jumps out, as you would have seen. And this is a devil card. Now, I don't want you to freak out about this. This is stuff that comes out of your subconscious, okay? The dark shadow side that I mentioned to you before. This indicates in some way you are being controlled, or issues of control, and if it's not you doing it, maybe, or it could be being done to you. So it can go either way. You have to sort of be careful because you've got so much energy happening this month that you don't actually, override anybody else's sovereignty or will. But this also indicates addiction. So it could be, a simple thing like drinking cups of tea or eating, right down to the really heavy type of addictions, but it's coming up for healing. So this is actually a good card because it's making you aware of things that need to change in your life. And it might even be something like the way you are in relationships with other people, and particularly personal, romantic relationships. Are we seeking to, control the other person, for example? Okay, so that's the first week of February, and let's go now to the second week of February and see what comes up. And I'm going to go with this one, okay, which is the Two of Wands. So we have an experience here, and then we have some good news, some inspirational news that comes up. Often these are all connected, of course, just because I'm doing it week by week doesn't mean that the issue stops at, week 2 from here. It continues on if you haven't resolved it. But just notice, just pay attention here. But good news, some action to be taken. You see here she's got 2 baseball bats. So that means something has to be done. She's got red here for action, and she's wearing blue. This is about self-expression, okay? And it could be, again, in a romantic relationship or your finances, okay? These are the 2 things that are most likely to be affected. All right, let's go to the third week in February. The third week in February. And we come up with the cups. This is about emotions, and it's the 7 of cups. Time to say no. Time to set boundaries. So she's got a hand up there and saying no. So 7 of cups. Now, I don't know if you can see, each of those cups has a little, is containing something. This one's a little flying dragon. This one's a little angel. This one's a mask. So all sorts of things going on in the cups, and all sorts of emotions, okay? So emotions to sit and reflect upon and contain, and when you're reflecting and paying attention to these emotions that you're feeling, then they can transform into something better. Okay, and into the 4th week of February, which February is a short month, so from the 21st to the 28th, the last week, and we come up with, I'm going to go with that one, strength. Well, this is great. I love finishing on this. From this whole process, I feel this is something that's going to go across, most of February. Strength comes to you, okay? You will be able to deal with this issue here. So I don't want you to worry. This is about you expressing yourself. The issue comes up, you're expressing yourself, and you gain strength from the whole process. So that's great. The woman in the lion's mouth. Don't be afraid of that. That's the lion protecting her, not eating her. And just above her head, you'll see the sign of infinity. You are an infinite, immortal being whose spirit goes on forever despite whatever is going on in your life. This is actually really an important month with these energies coming up here, because you can clear a lot of stuff so you can be free. Okay, so I'm just going to close my eyes now for you, Aries, and do a quick psychic channeling and see what I can see for you. Okay, so Aries. Okay, so straight away, I've got here around my neck on a chain, it's a silver cup. Cups are about containing emotions, as I mentioned before, and you contain, so you feel all the feelings, you contain them, and you look at them, and your awareness on the situation actually brings healing, and you learn from that, and then you don't have to go into that experience again, because it's all like an onion, you see, and so the layers get peeled, and this could be an experience that you've dealt with in the past, but it's coming up like a variation thereof. It's not maybe exactly what you've dealt with, but it's a variation. So as the onion gets peeled, eventually you'll get to the middle of the onion and there's nothing left. Okay, they're showing me the color, I'm seeing all sorts of patterns, and it's the color aqua. So there's a new chakra that's being formed between the heart and the throat, and just here, and I feel like, because it's about expressing the things that you love, and expressing your love for yourself and for other people. And so this new chakra, the aqua chakra, is being activated in you. This is all about, oh right, okay, and they're showing me now a queen with the crown being put on her head. So that's like your inauguration or coronation, and you've stepped up a level to a divine, queenly sort of energy. It's got like authority, credibility, some resources behind you. And if you've been sadly lacking in resources, you might be feeling, oh, how could that be? But this is spiritually speaking. Of course, you're not going to be the queen, maybe the queen of your home, but yeah, you're not going to be made an actual queen, but this is in spirit, and so that you can rule over all that you survey. Okay, so that's the parts of your body that spirit's referring to there. So if you've had ill health, or you haven't felt well, and they're showing me a great big cross, it's like the sacrifice has been made. There's an improvement here, so you'll have more energy and more vitality in February. Okay, I do hope that's helped you. Please subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you get my updates. But in the meantime, have a very beautiful month, Awesome Aries. This is a really important time in your life, because you can really clear out a lot of stuff that's been holding you back. Okay, thanks a lot, and bye for now.
Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.